Welcome, Black Hollywood Live fans. On today's Fit Club, we talk men's health issues with Adan Castillo, Kevin Mai, and Mr. Najee De Tiege. Stay tuned for more.
You're tuned into Black Hollywood Live, Fit Club.
Hey, welcome, Fit Clubbers. We are back. It's been a long hiatus, but we are back with a special edition of men's health issues. We're joined here by Najee De Tiege, Kevin Mai, and Adan Castillo. Thank you guys for joining us. Najee, you are back again.
Yeah, I know. I'm excited.
So, as you guys know, my name is Shaka Smith. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Shaka Strong. Where can they find you?
Adan Castillo Jr. on Instagram.
Mr. K Mai on Instagram.
And Najee De Tiege on everything.
Awesome, guys. I'm glad to have you in. Just a little bit about your background. You guys are trainers, fitness. Let me hear a little about your background.
So I'm originally from. My first, my way I was able to go into fitness was out here in LA. My first passion was music. So
Okay.
something to continue to stay relevant and to stay keep that energy. You gotta have your fitness gotta be on.
Of course,
point.
yeah. And that music's such a good help in the gym
It's
too,
such a
right?
good-
Motivation,
yeah.
right?
So just being in, and it was something that I knew I always wanted to kind of do, because it's at a way you kind of get to learn about yourself, and you can help others from what you learn. So yeah, I mean, it's something that I kind of picked up in these last couple of years, but I've been learning, trying to get mentored by as many different people as I can. But yeah, that's my thing. I try to help out in the fitness world.
Nice.
All right. Well, I've grown up with ADHD, so I'm always hyper. Sports always helped. Growing up, I wrestled, played football, a little bit of that. I was a really small guy growing up, so so I wrestled most of the time. I ran track, just to keep my mind busy. I mean, I couldn't sit down in the classroom all the time, so being in those sports, it was an outlet for me to get out and just drain my energy out, so I can focus more.
Nice.
I got into bodybuilding back in 2013. I started competing back in 2013 as a men's physique competitor in the NPC. My background was I started, through sports and everything. I did strength training and everything like that. Eventually, throughout high school, I was pushing myself to the limit because I was like a $130 in high school.
Oh, wow.
Graduating from high school. So.
You've come a long way.
It's not 130 anymore.
It takes a lot of time. A lot of people don't realize, that this is not a sprint. You know what I mean? This is a mile thing at a time. You just work back on your progress every time. You keep going, and
it's a lifetime.
Yeah, exactly. It's all about progress and staying healthy. So.
And we know you from Kicking Butt, Mr. Power Ranger.
Oh, yes. My name's Najee De Tiege. I'm an actor. Off Power Rangers Super Samurai, off Nickelodeon. I have a new movie coming out. It's called A Man for Every Month. That's going to be shown on Lifetime pretty soon. Fitness is one of these things that I kind of fell into.
You had no choice when you booked that kind of role.
I know,
People
right?
expect you now.
People
right?
are like, "Hey, you better do a backflip." You know what I mean? So, I fell into fitness. I've always been into sports, just like Kevin here. Love basketball, love football. Always, I'm very competitive. If we get on the court or the field, we gotta win.
True.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That team, all about team. And yeah, I'm into fitness. I love it. Kevin's a great trainer. Adan's a great trainer. They've been training me for a long time. They got some very helpful tips, and I'm getting fit. You know what I mean? I'm picking up 80s now. I'm picking up 90s with the big boy.
I saw that. I didn't believe it, but I saw it. I don't know.
Okay, great host, my guy, Shaka Strong.
Well, I want to get into a couple of stories here. Obviously, Tom Petty recently died of cardiac arrest. And as males, it's actually, we have a little bit higher risk than females as a result. And a lot of people die of cardiac arrest because typically you're not in a place with a defibrillator or someone knows CPR. It's like you're in your home or in the street. And so really, to talk about cardiac arrest, we really want to talk about prevention. And so 3 of the ways to really prevent this type of stuff is 1, working out 30 minutes a day. Which I'm sure you guys all do.
We worked out before we got here, bro.
2, keep cholesterol low. And 3, avoid drinking and smoking. And they say about 2 glasses of red wine is all right, can actually have cardioprotective properties, but after that, it's, you might be canceling out the properties if you're having more than that. Are there things you guys do to kind of keep your cholesterol low? Do you avoid smoking and drinking? Do you tell your clients what to avoid? And maybe how do you get a client that's a little bit older to work out 30 minutes a day?
First,
If you want to.
Right, for me, I don't smoke. I drink here and there occasionally, just on the weekends maybe. So, for cholesterol-wise, I like to stay active cardio-wise. I hate cardio, but it's kind of necessary, you know. I usually do a post-cardio. If I'm getting ready for a show or something like that, I'll do a little 45-minute post-cardio. And if you're working out for like 30 minutes or so, try to keep your heart rate up as well too. You know, you wanna keep that heart rate up and get that blood flowing. You know, supersets. You know, like circuit training even. You don't always have to lift weights. You know, it's always as long as you're staying active, you can go hiking, whatever, walking, whatever, and you know it's gonna be a good thing for you. So.
Well, through here, I like. I'm not a big drinker or smoker. I do love to eat. I love I love that heavy pizza, the pasta, all that good stuff. But at the same time, I try to stay as active as I can. And one thing I love playing basketball. That's how me and Najee kind of know each other pretty well. But yeah, just keep. I like playing, staying active, staying as young as I can, because I'm competing with these 19, 20-year-olds, and they out there. They're sharks. So, yeah.
Do you guys have preferred? I know with cholesterol, the cooking oil you use can be different. So do you guys have a preferred cooking oil or things you incorporate into your diet to kind of keep cholesterol low or watch it?
Extra virgin oil.
Yeah.
That
olive oil.
helps. Olive oil.
Yeah, just eat as healthy as I possibly can. I eat a lot of salads.
Yeah, I've been ditching a little bit of the
oil.
coconut oil because the coconut oil they're saying might be too high in saturated fat these days. So now I'm trying to go to the canola and the olive oil again. But I still use it for my skin and stuff like that. So it's like pretty versatile.
Oh, so that's why you're so nice and shiny? Or?
Yeah,
Thank you for the
coconut.
I thought it was just the light.
No, it's that coconut oil glow. Trying to preserve.
You can use it on your hair, your skin. It's so good. Yeah, I use it too.
Another thing too is like food-wise, limit your food on like red meats. If you're eating it a lot, try to cut down to like 2-3 times a week, even once a week, just as a treat, like other healthy proteins that are low in cholesterol and fats as well is like fish. Fish is a good one. Any tilapia is kind of iffy, but it's a dirty fish. It's considered like a bottom feeder, but salmon is always a good one. You get your healthy omega fats in there as well too. So salmon is a very good protein source. And then if you're eating a lot of eggs, try to stick to like egg whites instead of whole eggs. You can do like a yolk here and there, but if you're like a competitor or something like that, or you have a lot of high protein diet in your diet, you want to cut down like 2-3 yolks a day instead of like 6 yolks. So
yeah, it's such a good call because the things that we do, because especially if you're in the competitive world or you're just trying to maintain, you get into a routine of doing the same thing every day, and if you're having the same bad foods every day, that's really going to compound itself over time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So one thing I know that we all like to do is drink a lot of water. I don't have a particular measure that I try to hit, but do you guys have a measure that you try to hit, and then you find that you're peeing a lot when you do this?
Of course. I mean, one thing I try to do, I try to keep a gallon and a half. That's my goal daily.
Yeah.
And I have a gallon that I try to get it done by the midday. And another half for as much as I can throughout the day, throughout the night. But definitely, a lot of water intake.
Yeah.
I carry a jug, an Under Armour jug that I fill with ice.
He does.
I like cold water, but you know what I mean. It's a gallon, and I try to down that every day, all day. I'm just constantly refilling it with ice, constantly refilling it with water. And I love water. That's all I drink. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink nothing, just water. And a little bit of pre-workout, sometimes, but water.
Nice.
For me, I try to get at least a gallon in. If I can get more, it's great. The more, the better.
Yeah.
As long as I'm sitting there flushing my water out and go to the bathroom constantly, it's great.
Yeah.
So for me, I like to carry these little water bottles around so I can just put like pre-workout, BCAAs in it, whatever. I don't want to be that, for me, I'm kind of built, so I don't want to walk around with a gallon all the time.
Be that bodybuilder.
That's even though I am, I kind of try to break the stereotype a little bit. And like even a shaker cup, I'll carry a shaker cup, so it's not so big.
Well, you guys do have to watch out a little bit now because we're finding out that you might be urinating frequently and you say, okay, I'm drinking a lot of water, but it could be a number of things that affect men in particular. Overactive bladder, UTI infection, interstitial cystitis, diabetes even. So diabetes can cause you to pee a lot, so that's something you have to worry about. Enlarged prostate. And if you're gonna have if you have an enlarged prostate, you're gonna be looking for blood in your semen or your urine as well. And again, you might be suffering from a bladder cancer, and you're also gonna see blood in your urination as well.
Didn't know that.
And so those are the 4 or 5 things you really want to watch out for. So you do want to pay attention to how frequently you're going. And if you have an enlarged prostate, you'll find that your stream, you have no force. So no stream issues here, guys. Everyone's good.
It comes right out for me.
Another thing is too, just because I drink over a gallon a day doesn't mean you necessarily have to. Like, I don't want you to start out to drink a whole gallon a day and you're just constantly uncomfortable. You gotta build your way up.
Did you
listen
work
to
your way
body.
up?
Yes, obviously you gotta listen to your body. And see what works best for you, and slowly try to make that mark, like the gallon mark. So,
yeah, and why do you guys suggest drinking like that much water or hitting a particular mark?
Your body is made of like 75% water.
Yeah.
And as an active person, you want to feed your muscles water because if your muscles are dehydrated, you can't perform.
Yeah.
Also, as well, it helps regulate your digestive system as well too. So it helps your metabolism and everything like that. So.
I do a lot of cardio, and I feel like I'm drenched all the time. I do cardio 3 to 2 times a week, and I feel like I'm constantly being drenched in sweat. So it's almost like I have to replace it with that water because, or it's just gonna be gone. You know what I mean? So I try to drink as much water and give my body as much nutrients as I can throughout the day, throughout the workout. We work out for long periods of time, 3 hours, 4 hours, depending on the day. And it's a constant thing of just feeding your body protein bars, protein drinks, fitness drinks, pre-workout, whatever that gets you going and keeps you going.
BCA is a very good one too.
Yeah, amino acids too.
Amino acids, yep.
Well, I'm glad you guys brought up a lot of supplements because that was the next topic. So, people are like dropping dead over supplements. So, kratom is this new supplement that increases energy and focus.
It's like pre-workout, right? Yep.
Yeah, and so one guy he got hemorrhagic pulmonary edema, which is blood and fluids filling up the lungs, and he died as a result. And it turns out now the FDA is looking into kratom and getting their, having people put in complaints and side effects. But obviously it's too late for this individual. And then trimethyl extreme was another supplement that a couple people were taking, and they had interesting side effects, great gains right away, and then some interesting side effects. Turns out it looks like they're putting anabolic steroids in this supplement. So you can walk into a store and get the supplement, and then there's anabolic steroids in it. And as far as the FDA is concerned, when it comes to supplements, it just needs to have one vitamin, a mineral, an amino acid, an herb, or something that's a dietary necessity. That's all. You have to have one of those in there, and then anything else is all game.
It's a blend.
And so, how do you guys kind of guard against getting into that game? How are you looking at your supplements and going, that one's safe, that one's not safe? If you can walk into a GNC and get something you don't trust, how do you guard against that?
That's a good question.
I've been taking supplements I've been bodybuilding and working out for the past 11 years already.
Yeah.
I started taking supplements back in high school,
Yeah.
protein-wise. The thing is, with the supplement companies out here nowadays, it's not FDA regulated. They monitor it, and they have what do you call it, like labs and everything that tests for things. But most supplements, there's a requirement that you have to meet. Like, for instance, if I'm taking creatine or like a pre-workout, and to be effective, you need like 3 grams of creatine, for example, for your pre-workout.
Yeah.
And they only put like 1.2, like the bare minimum,
Yeah.
They could say, a proprietary blend or like a mixture, and they can just put 1.2 grams in, which is not even effective, and they say, there's creatine, or there's like caffeine in there. I really read the labels when I'm really looking for supplements that like there's certain ingredients I need, like creatine. Creatine for your muscle, obviously. Caffeine for your focus and stimulant, whatever.
Yeah.
And your beta alanine for your pumps.
Yeah.
So I really look at the labels and see what I need, and what's the recommendation. And I hate blends because sometimes they could say, there's a 425 matrix blend in there, but there's only really 300 milligrams of caffeine. But you don't know that, though.
Yeah, I've seen that word matrix a lot on these supplements, yeah.
Exactly. So, some people are taking like 1, 2, 3 scoops, and they don't realize how much caffeine they're taking. And a lot of people, like with pre-workout, this is very dangerous because, you can have a heart attack from it.
Yeah. I agree. You got to be careful out there.
Yeah.
I just
How about
listen to
yourself?
what my advice is I just listen to him. He's like, yes, no.
There are
Stay away from that.
Yeah.
There are big companies out there, that I'm not gonna like endorse them, whatever, but there are companies out there that require substance free, they'll have a
You
label
can
on
say
it.
them. Let us know.
Exactly, let's see, Gold Standard.
Yeah.
Their protein, it's substance free, so athletes can take it because a lot of athletes, they want that competitive edge, but they gotta also make sure that they're not taking illegal supplements in their sports division, college or professional, because there's certain back in the day there was Jack 3D.
Yeah.
That had like DMMA in it, which
Yeah, I haven't seen that. Is that's why it's off? I haven't seen it lately.
It went off the shelf. They reformulated it and brought it back on the shelf.
Okay,
That's how a lot of companies are. They'll get away with it. They'll make their profit. They'll throw their pre-workout or sample it out, and then all of a sudden there's DMMA in it, and people are hooked on it. And they're like, oh, where is it?
And wait, what is this DMMA?
It's basically it's a neural stimulator, and it's legal. It's found in it's almost like cocaine pretty much. It's I forgot what the words I'm looking for, but pretty much it's banned. It's bad for you. This is what they're found in drugs, and it's pretty much legal almost. But all these companies like they'll get their profit, and then they're like, oh shoot, we got caught, and then somebody dies or something. They're waiting for something to happen to get a lawsuit, and then by that time they've already made their profit. So now they're just like, all right, we'll take it back to the lab, reformulate it, and then bring it back on the shelf.
Instead of a lawsuit and call it a day.
Exactly. It's just like it's a little slap on the wrist for them.
Yeah. How about you? Is there something you do to like kind of safeguard yourself?
For myself, I've never really been too heavy on the supplements because I kind of not really know my research behind it. So I kind of just try to keep it as with food as much as I can. I mean, I love eating.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why not just try this new veggies or just new protein sources or good carbs, and just trying to be around that as much as I can. But yeah, I mean, most of the time I personally, if I do something, I usually get some stuff from First Form, but I definitely need to start looking, checking everything. But that's been pretty good for me.
That's another thing too. Whole foods. Eat your foods first. Supplement. A lot of people too much like, oh, what do you take? What do you take? It's not really what you take. That's just a supplement. To supplement your diet. Your diet should be your main thing. That's a very big point. A lot of people are like, oh, what do you take? I keep it simple as possible,
Yeah, and I tell people that too, because obviously you can get your caffeine from coffee.
Exactly.
You can get your pump from beets. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So there's different natural foods that are out there. So I always say look to that first, and then if you have to supplement, then you supplement.
Exactly.
But yeah.
Of course.
Another thing that's interesting about us as men is that apparently if you are active in your midlife, that means you're going to be a little more active towards the end of your life. There was a study of about 3,500 men between 40 to 59. They tracked for 20 years. And those that were active between those midlife years were actually 3 times more likely to be active when they were in their older age. And those that were active for 25 years or more, played sports and remained active, they were 5 times more likely to be active in their old age. I know you're always playing basketball. Do you guys have recommendations for older clients on how to stay active?
Anything. I personally say when it comes to fitness and sports, it's very important. People don't think it's that important. They go on with their life, they go to work, they feel like, okay, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. But fitness and your health is one of the biggest things in your life, is to stay healthy and stay fit. And work, obviously, pays for everything that comes second. But people's health is very important. So I always encourage my parents, my family, to all just get in the gym at least 30 minutes a day. That's very little, but if you 30 minutes a day, do something, whatever you want to do, just move that body, whatever, an hour is nice. I'm very, outdoorsy, so I like doing football, I like doing basketball, I like doing all types of, fitness-oriented things. But our bodies are naturally built to take, these workouts and get bigger and get stronger and self-heal. If you're not doing that, you're degrading. Your body's gonna just degrade itself. So I always suggest do some cardio, get into some sort of sports, get into some sort of clubs, anything that encourages you to just be competitive and get into that realm, because it makes you feel good after, winning and winning, losing, whatever. You learn.
You gotta add that in.
Yeah, I hear that. Winning.
Winning's very
It
important.
feels good. So I encourage everybody, just do anything. I don't know, chess club, anything. Just get out of the house. Don't be stuck to the television and let it take away your life. Just
Please don't.
get out, do some stuff, get your body moving. And this show is very important because this is a fitness show, and we encourage you to get out there and do some stuff.
My recommendation is, also know your limits as well. So, I'm not going to tell you, a guy that hasn't been active for 20 years to go sprint a mile, or sprint 100 meter, or go bench 315, whatever it is, It's know your limits and just push yourself a little bit further than that, and find something that you enjoy. If you enjoy lifting weights, go lift weights. If you enjoy playing basketball, tennis, whatever it is, find that that getaway, you know. For me, like I got into fitness because it was a stress reliever for me. It's like a getaway for me. It was therapy, you know. So for me, that was my reward, to go to the gym, you know, put my headphones on, just get my workout in, you know. You get all that aggression out, all that stress, whatever you have throughout the day, and just clear your head, you know. It's a very therapeutical thing, you know. It raises your endorphin levels too, so it makes you feel good, you know. So find that reward, and you know, and then just push yourself a little bit more each and every day, you know. Like I said, I'm not telling you to go out there and go 100 miles per hour right away, but start somewhere and build your way, and find something that's sustainable too.
That you can do for a while.
Be consistent. That's the biggest skill to have, is to just keep it going. Don't just do a week. You gotta do a week, once a week, 2 times a week, 3 times, you know. Be consistent. That's how you see results. You'll get them really quick.
Yes, sir. Well, I agree with both of them. I mean, I think it's something that you just have to find something that you might enjoy and pick it up, you know, and you know, if it's dancing, if it's doing yoga, if it's hiking, or just having a little walk, you know, at night or something, do something. But yeah, and also, like, if you're trying to get in even better, I mean, try something new. Things that are hard for you, start trying it, because usually it's something that will be better for you. So yeah, keep doing new things, I say.
And lastly, we got to get to the prostate. Very important as men. One of those issues you try to avoid, but then you get older and you're like, oh, it looks like I got to come to this thing. So already they recommend, you know, getting your prostate checked around the age of 45, 50. A little bit lower for African Americans, we're at higher risk. But there's some things you can do to help prevent your risk of prostate cancer. Number one is you want to make sure that 5 times or more you are releasing semen a week. They found that 5 times or more of doing so, people were 34% less likely to develop prostate cancer. So you're in the win column for that one. We good. So apparently there's carcinogens in your semen, and so by flushing it out weekly, you actually help increase your risk of not getting prostate cancer.
That is great.
Number 2, Propecia. They actually found that if you're taking Propecia, I believe it was if you take it 7 years daily, that your risk for prostate cancer goes down because it actually blocks, dihydrotestosterone, which actually is responsible for prostate cancer, increases your risk factors. So if you're balding, you might actually be giving yourself a little bit of a benefit for prostate cancer. So,
wow.
Are you also winning in that department too? You're like, wait a minute.
Oh, no, I don't want to bald.
And actually, one thing that I do is I take garlic every day. I take a raw garlic every day. They find if you take 10 grams of garlic, which is equal to about 3 cloves of garlic, your risk goes down 50%, and that's pretty big.
Damn.
Wow.
It's natural too.
Yeah, I do a clove a day, so I'm gonna have to maybe up it to 3.
I need some garlic.
Do you guys do any of this stuff? Are you guys concerned about the prostate? Are you guys looking into this now, going forward?
Listening to those statistics, I'm gonna get some garlic after this show. We going straight to this.
I'm glad I did. I just actually took some garlic a couple of days ago. So I try to do it at least once or a couple, you know, I mean, a little bit of times, but not too much.
Do the
but
daily
now that
garlic,
we're talking, I'm like, man, I guess I need to start now.
Yeah.
I love garlic seasoning, you know, like powders. I just sprinkle that on everything, like my veggies, my meats, my eggs even, you know.
Have you guys even thought about prostate cancer again?
Not yet. I'm still kind of young still, so I feel like. But hey, you always want to get checked out. You know, like what's the recommendation age?
Well,
like
they're
30?
saying 45, yeah, but they're even some people are going even lower than that.
Check early. Prevention. You know, prevention is the key. You know, you don't want to wait until you start having problems and then it's too late. You know, you don't want to reverse it.
And the things we do now can set us up dietarily for not getting it later. So that's why I think a lot of young men don't talk about it, but it's so important for us to talk about because we can improve our diet, like the garlic thing. You know, that's something that people love garlic. If I know if I add to my diet, I'm gonna, I want to make sure I prevent it.
I'm buying a whole bunch of garlic.
Get some gum too.
Your girl might be mad at you though.
So I want to know what it is you guys are working on currently.
You want me to go?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I just finished a film that I'd love to talk about. It's called A Man for Every Month. It's actually a funny name for a movie, but the story is very.
What month
great.
were you?
I get this question all the time when I talk about. They're like, "What month were you?" You know. But yeah, no, I actually played the director in the movie. It's supposed to be shown on Lifetime, and I had a great time filming it. We filmed over here in Simi Valley. Yeah. The studios are great. The set was amazing. the movie is about a woman who works at a just like a regular social media building, and they want to start up a YouTube about a random person finding love. Turns out the YouTube blows up. It gets like millions and millions of views, and she has all these viewers that are like really interested in her finding love. So she goes on a date every month, and it's a very interesting story.
Comedy?
Oh, it's like a love. Everything on Lifetime is like girl movie, lovey,
Romance.
Comedy. It's a romantic comedy.
Got it.
So I'm not gonna tell you exactly what happens at the end, but
Go watch it.
yeah, go watch it.
When does it come out?
I don't have a date yet. I'm not gonna
I'm
lie.
gonna watch it for sure.
Yeah, but it's a man for every month. It's gonna have a huge little thing on Lifetime. You know what I mean? And it's great. I'm interested in that. And ever since then, just been doing fitness. Staying as fit as I can. Hanging out with these guys.
And doing the workout Wednesdays.
Yeah, workout Wednesdays. That's another thing.
Come find us.
Yes,
we get a group together.
Yeah, we also are in a fitness group. It's like 20 of us, 25 of us in total, and
It's growing.
Yeah, and it's growing, and we just work out every week on Wednesday.
And you can find it on Instagram, right?
Yep. Workout.Wednesdays. You can check it out. See all these fit guys, all these fit girls. It's a guys and girls, and all we do is just work out. That's all it is.
And we're
it's celebrity based. Huh?
And we're on different levels too, so don't feel intimidated if you haven't started working out yet. Whatever, you just come through. We're all willing to help each other out.
Yes.
Even if you're a veteran or you're a beginner, we all work around just to help uplift everybody and improve.
Yep, that's all Workout Wednesdays is. It's just a day that we all get together, work out, encourage each other, give each other helpful advice. He has amazing advice, you know what I mean? And it's not just him. It's like 10 of us. Yeah, we all just help each other, and that's what I like about. I love Wednesday. Today's Wednesday.
Yeah. That's why you suited up. You're ready to go.
I'm look a little big today. So that's what I'm doing, and obviously, more movies, more shows coming out. Some stuff under wraps, and collaborating, doing YouTube now, and
doing the thing.
Yeah.
How about you guys?
For me, I just moved here from Michigan, Grand Rapids, Michigan, back in January. So I'm still new to the scene.
Freshly minted, yeah.
Exactly. Personal training as well right now. Bodybuilding wise, I've put on hold. I've done it for a while now, and it's to the point where it takes so much time out of your day, and you don't really make that much money out of it either,
Yeah.
So it's just I might compete again. I might get the itch, maybe next year.
I'm thinking about November. Maybe we should jump in.
I have some free time, I might jump on
let's
stage
do it.
again.
Yeah,
there you go.
But right now I moved out here to pursue my career in acting and entertainment, trying to get into the scene a little bit. So I'm out here just networking, going to auditions, trying to find an agency and all that stuff, and just do the thing.
And staying fit throughout.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, right now I'm actually working on this movie that I just filmed last year, but that we're hoping that comes out by November. It's gonna be called Introspective. It was a cool little project that I did in New Jersey, which is pretty cool. So I'm waiting for that baby, and then I'm also working on some music. So I've been kind of doing that.
Hit him with a note, bro.
But
Hit him with a nonote.
Oh, singing?
Yeah, I'm a singing songwriter.
Yeah, what you got?
Hey, I got the background. I can sing some. Usted se me llevó la vida y el alma entera que se ha clavado aquí en mis huesos el dolor con esta angustia y esta pena usted.
The ladies tuned in.
Okay.
So
Multi-talented, bro. Right.
So I've been working on that, but I mean, if anything,
Thank you.
But yeah, you can pretty much follow everything on Instagram. I usually post everything up there. But yeah, my music, acting, my fitness. I try to stay as busy as I can. And motivating and being an inspiration out there.
Oh,
you train
man.
some big clients, man. You don't want to say
Some names.
I've been fortunate. I've been blessed. I've been working with Jake Paul for the last 2 years.
dope.
I've been working with him, Team 10, and all these other kids. I mean, before when I first met them, they were just guys that were hungry. You know what I mean? I mean, their names now are bigger, but when I first met them, they were just like, they were hungry. You know,
Yeah.
they just wanted to work. And I was like, all right, I'll help you with that. And, you know, they've been, you know, making a name for themselves. But yeah, I've been blessed to work with a couple of these guys. But, you know, just trying to continue growing that journey.
Nice. Oh man, it was great having you guys on. I wish we had a little bit more time. We gotta get you guys back in studio, get
Yes.
some more time with you guys. Great information from all of you.
Thanks for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, as always, guys, my name is Shaka Smith. Shaka Smith. Shaka Smith. You guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat at Shaka Strong. Where can they find you?
I'm Najee De Tiege, Najee. I pop right up, you know.
Find me on the gram, Mr. KMAI.
You can find me on Insta and Twitter, Adan Castillo, AdanCastillojr. Adan Castillo Jr.
See you guys next week.
Yeah.
From executives Kevin Undergaro, Dario Kristen, Tiana Hobson, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for supporting Black Hollywood Live, the first online broadcast network dedicated to African American entertainment. For questions and comments, contact us. info@blackhollywoodlive.com. Like us on Facebook, tweet us, or Instagram us at BHL Online. And I am the official voice of Black Hollywood Live, Scipio, Instagram me at KingXOBay. Thanks for tuning in.
Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.